Hi, and welcome to our channel. Today we'll be discussing a topic that's on everyone's mind: how to survive during a recession. For a significant portion of 2022, politicians, economists, and market experts argued fervently about whether or not the U.S. economy was in a recession. Of course, politics always played a role in the debate, and ultimately the argument comes down to how you define a recession. According to the textbook definition of a recession, which is 2 consecutive quarters of negative gross domestic product, or GDP, the U.S. experienced a recession in the summer of 2022. Still, many experts, including Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon, are predicting a recession in 2023. Given the financial stress that's often associated with recessions, many are wondering how to best plan for the looming economic downturn. And if that's you, we got you covered. While the prospect of a recession can be frightening, it's crucial that you keep your cool. Though it's used as a fear-mongering term for media outlets, in reality, a recession is a normal phase of the economic cycle. While many will experience the discomfort of a recession, there are steps you can take to get ready. Let's take a look. Since a recession is a severe downturn in the economy, it may result in job losses as businesses must adjust to lower consumer spending. When there is less money in the economy, there's less demand for discretionary items and luxury goods, and people are more cautious about spending money beyond what is absolutely necessary. This implies that your income could be completely lost, or that your employer could stop giving you financial incentives. Although this is not good news, we must face the facts as they stand. There is no point in downplaying the implications of a recession, given that we are now all experiencing the repercussions of increased prices on everything from basic purchases like food to mortgage rates. We don't want to scare you, but even if the labor market is held up, it's vital to keep in mind that if you're not in a recession-proof industry, you can lose your job. If businesses aren't making enough money, they'll be forced to make layoffs. In this case, you should prepare your resume, reconnect with your network, and keep an eye out for new opportunities in the job market. This could be the ideal opportunity to update your resume if you haven't given it a thorough polish in a while. And along with updating your LinkedIn profile, you should keep an eye out for other positions you could apply for if you think that your employer might be forced to make layoffs due to the current economic climate. Another important step in preparing for a recession is creating an emergency fund. An emergency fund is one of the most important instruments in your financial toolbox. If you're still employed, you should make as much of a savings as you can. Having some savings set aside can help you weather financial storms and pay for unexpected expenses. While it's not exactly a revolutionary idea, many underestimate the value of building up a significant emergency fund. In looking for creative ways to save money, consider identifying strategies to reduce expenses. Delaying a significant purchase or hunting for deals are good places to start when trying to reduce costs. You might also want to consider eliminating fixed expenses that might be hiding in plain sight. For instance, if you subscribe to 7 different streaming services, but only use one, it might be a good idea to eliminate the others from your monthly budget. There are many tools available today that will help you to identify and get rid of old unwanted subscriptions or other services that you rarely use. Another effective way to prepare for a recession is to diversify your income streams. If your work isn't in a sector that is recession-proof, relying on one source of income is one of the riskiest things you can do during a downturn. This is your chance to look into starting a side business or diversifying your income so that you have a few reliable streams of income. You can apply for a part-time job or attempt anything in the gig economy. Think food delivery, grocery shopper, tutor, dog walker, or rideshare driver. You could also utilize your skills in online marketplaces to find freelance work as a writer, virtual assistant, proofreader, or graphic designer. If you're not sure what your marketable skills are, or if you just want to try something new, this can be the ideal time to work on developing a new skill or attempt a career change. During this difficult economic period, you may use your time efficiently by concentrating on learning a new talent that would enable you to gain employment in a new sector and earn more money. No matter what this season brings, be sure not to panic with your investments. We get it. The thought of liquidating everything will be tempting when you watch the value of your investment portfolio declining every day. The drawback here is that you're probably selling at a loss. Additionally, it is not advised that you sell your stocks out of transient fright or uncertainty, You don't want to make snap judgments that will cost you in the long run if you have faith in the businesses or funds you have invested in. When there is a lot of inflation, stock markets crash and people start selling their assets in a frenzy. When there is anxiety in the market, the volatility causes erratic movements. Any news, whether favorable or unfavorable, may trigger an immediate response. Although it will be challenging, try your best not to panic if you don't need the cash immediately. Consider the stock market fluctuations that took place when the COVID-19 pandemic first started. Massive sell-offs caused the major stock indexes to fall. The S&P 500 fell more than 20% from its peak in just 16 days, and the Dow experienced its largest single-day decline since Black Monday in 1987. Shortly after the initial panic, the market rebounded and helped many companies reach all-time highs. In a few months' time, a lot of investors lost out on enormous returns as a result of their panic. As we mentioned earlier, a recession is a typical aspect of the economic cycle. Therefore, you shouldn't use it as an excuse to avoid making investments. Certain sectors aren't as negatively impacted by recessions. These sectors include consumer staples, utilities, and healthcare. If you think about it, people need products from these sectors regardless of how the economy performs. We can cut back on many things, but we usually won't skimp on toilet paper or try to go without toothpaste. For these reasons, blue chip stocks like Walmart, Costco, Procter & Gamble, and Clorox are popular among investors, especially in times of economic downturns. If you're unsure of when to invest, in general, a common suggestion is to engage in what's known as dollar cost averaging. This is where you'd invest a specific dollar amount regardless of the price. For instance, you could buy a fixed amount of a mutual fund or even an individual stock every 2 weeks or every month or however you determine. Dollar cost averaging is generally advised because investing in regular intervals helps to smooth out your cost basis, buying when prices are low and when they're high instead of trying to time the market, which even Warren Buffett warns against. This practice is especially powerful during recessions because you'd be buying when prices are low, which would mean you're getting a considerable deal. Last, and perhaps most importantly, take care of your mental health. A recession can be a stressful and uncertain time, so make sure to prioritize your mental health and seek support if needed. Consider this a great time to reach out to loved ones and stay connected with your community. This will almost certainly help to boost your physical and mental health, both things that money can't buy. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if any of this information was helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of our content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.